did for me, the engraving on my product was precise and exactly what I wanted.
So don't wait any longer to add a personal touch to your products. Call Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs today at 817-400-4040 or visit our website at romikadesigns.com. We look forward to helping you make your mark. You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
Good morning, Job Father Nation. We are excited to be here this lovely May 31st. We are almost halfway through 2024. Can you believe that? Well, we are here on behalf of the Job Father, and we are excited to be part of NTX Radio, formerly known as Joco Community Radio, which is a member of EMG, a radio and podcast collective, proudly serving all of North Texas. We are live 365 on the TuneIn Radio Network and on our station app. Download it for free and check out our lineup and more at ntxradio.com. We thank our valued partners in helping us amplify the voices of North Texas. Be sure to connect with Todd Hurd & Associates, attorneys at law, for your civil law needs at texasattorneylaw.com. And you can use the code JOCO24 for 25% off your first order at the tiffy.com processing credit cards. Join Swipe Nation today and save on the processing fees. We are very excited to be part of NTX Radio, bringing together the voices of North Texas, allowing us to collaborate and align as a quality unity in North Texas. We've got a big show for you today, but before we get started, let's bow our heads for a quick word of prayer. Father God, we are just so honored and excited to be here to serve you today. Help us to have wonderful dialogue that will support the job seeker community, help them to transition into amazing roles, open doors of opportunity, and build all of our faith along the way. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Well, Foster, I want to see before we
that's me.
Jump into any announcements. If you have a dad joke, I also have a dad joke as well.
Oh, we're getting feisty today.
Oh, good. Maybe we ought to start. Mez, maybe we ought to start with Dana's dad joke.
There we go.
We are back. So you guys had Mez last week, and Dana and I were at the Meet the Recruiter event. I want to tell you real quick about what that event is. That event is we have that event every other month at Stonebriar Community Church. Now, this is for folks that are around Dallas-Fort Worth in the job search, around Dallas-Fort Worth, right here at Stonebriar Community Church over in Frisco. We go from 10:30 to 12:30, and what it is we have a whole bunch of recruiters that come out from different companies that have priority jobs that they need to fill, and they're coming out and they with the network, and the network is Bo Hall and a whole Pete Hernandez is in there, of course. Guys, we get the people. I think it makes sense if a company has got third field and we got 200, well, actually more than 200 job seekers in a room looking for a job. I kind of think maybe they ought to get together, man, just kind of meet each other and talk
That
a
would
little
just
bit.
make sense. We can't have that. We cannot have making sense. That is not acceptable.
No idea.
Sorry.
And my buddy Linda Price down there is part of all this network. Linda been part of the network.
Hey, Linda.
What's up, Linda? What is up, Linda Price? Now, guys, Linda is going to be talking with us on the second part of the show today. Linda is a purchasing expert. Now, check out her last name. Don't you think that's kind of apropos for a purchasing procurement person?
Ooh, big word of the day.
Linda,
A clue, Sherlock.
Linda Price. Okay,
I love
so
it. I love it.
guys,
Do you want me to do my dad
I
joke?
want to share after I share with Darren Miller's landing. We got a special landing, and Darren Miller,
Yay!
a friend of mine, uh, has landed. And we had more than just Darren, but I want to take time to talk about Darren's because I'm going to share with you guys some things that Darren shared with me about his job. So, the number of jobs he applied for was 168. This will give you guys a little bit, some of you guys that are in job search and you're going through things, it'll give you a little bit of a perspective of what job search can be. But you still got to keep your
Yeah.
foot on the gas. You still got to keep going, We're going to be talking about that. Me, Maz, and Dana are going to be talking about a whole lot of stuff on the first part of the show today. So he has landed. He is very, very, very happy to share with us that 168 number.
Congrats.
And
That's a blessing.
Darren is a leader. He likes to pay it forward. And when Darren is a part of your networking group, he's going to speak up and he's going to ask people, hey, I know somebody at this company. I got to relate. Let me get
Creepy stare.
relationship. See, look at there. Ugly faces, relationship. No,
Creepy.
ugly faces, not
I did
relationship. Creepy. But Darren had one heck of it. He was out for quite some time. Types of opportunities I applied to, everything full-time, contract to hire, local and remote. Number of distinct third-party agencies he worked with was 43.
Ooh,
Are you guys hearing some of these
damn.
numbers? So some of you guys that are racking up a little bit of time in job search and stuff, guys, there's some people that have gone through more. So and keep moving forward. And so
And I
Darren
think
Miller,
we should have him.
We need to have him on the show. I agree with Dana. Dana just mentioned that.
and
we need
he's
to
a
have
good
him
one to
on
have.
the
He's
show.
like Linda. Yeah, he's a good one to have on the show.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I think we should have him as the expert on the first part to talk a little bit about, not giving up, some of the tips and treasures of what he did, because it would be a real footprint to people that are going through it. Because when I went through it, it can get discouraging. But when you hear other people and you hear how they persevered, it can encourage you and keep you going. And that's what we need our job seekers to do, is keep moving.
That's it. You got to keep your foot on the gas, as we say. And Dana, tell us your dad joke. I'm going to save mine for the second part of the show.
Okay. Well, did everybody know?
You can jump in there.
Well, I just had one I was going to add. I wasn't necessarily trying to steal the first joke. But did everybody know that Bruce Lee has a son that's vegan? His name is Broccoli.
Okay, Foster, we need to reassign Dana now.
I saw it on. It was so funny. I saw it on either Instagram or Facebook, and I was laughing so hard at that. I don't know why.
Like that. Yeah.
Broccoli.
That was funny, and that is a Dana. I could see totally.
Yeah, I can see that too.
So let's see who's with us today. Look, Jason Hopper. What is going on?
Hey, job.
Over there at jfsdallas.org. Y'all check out jfsdallas.org. There's a dude over there named Jason Hopper, and he is probably the number one face of JFS guys over there. So check him out. We're so glad to see you with us, Jason. And I am going. Well, I'm going to surprise you. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I got to. So thanks for joining us. Check a shout out to later on as they're popping.
Oh yeah, they'll come on in.
Yes,
we've got Mina and so.
All right, let's get our questions.
What we want to talk about are some of the observations that we're seeing in the job search. So you guys know y'all call me all the time, and and Dana, I apologize for the delay. I've got a new computer and it's not working as good as the old one, but Dana is in a seat of recruiting right now for a company. She's involved. So a lot of things that we're going to be talking about today, Dana is going to give us her seeing.
Yeah.
The first thing I talked about a while back, guys, when we are networking or when we are in a interview with a company and they say, tell me a little bit about yourself. The main thing that we
Yeah.
want to do, they don't want to hear that Foster is from McGregor, Texas, and he was born a poor sharecropper's son kind of thing. But
Oh
they want to
gosh.
talk about how it is. I know. We want to talk about why Foster
Yeah.
is here, why it is. What are we going to be talking about? What background did I
Yeah.
have briefly to to explain? Okay,
Yeah.
Dana. I have been a recruiter for years, and I saw what you guys are. Did talk to you about some questions
Yeah.
in this interview as we talk about things and find out what kind of what basically to find out what kind of environment you got. And I think I'm excited about what you're asking for this job, but I want to know more about this job. What's going on? So
Yeah.
guys, what we want to do is explain ourselves in this is me and Mez's conversation. We want to explain ourselves in a way, guys, that people that are not recruiters, are not whatever it is that we do. We might be in marketing, we might be in IT. We want to keep our conversation at that point as it can be to help people understand what it is that we do. You might even want to go
Yeah.
into your functions every day at your job, what it is that
Yeah.
you do to help people understand. Now, we want to be careful throwing out a whole bunch of acronyms and things like that because HR folks, we got our acronyms, but the IT people don't know what our HR acronyms are.
Yeah.
So if we're them out, let's kind of explain it a little bit. If it has to be thrown out, let's explain it a little bit so that Mez she is not a recruiter. So if she is networking with Foster, I better try to find a way to explain to Mez what it is that I do so that she can understand. She's listening to me say what it is I do and what I'm looking for. She's probably in the back of her head thinking, okay, I want to introduce Foster to this Dana Gingrich lady. I think they speak the
Yeah.
same language. But before Mez can do that, she's got to understand what it is that I do to
Yeah.
formulate that introduction with Dana. So, what y'all think about that?
Well, I want to say, just so that our listeners are clear and understand, what Foster is aligning to right now is when you're networking. When you're networking and you're speaking to individuals of all backgrounds, you want to be careful with how you relay your acronyms so that the individual on the other side or the individual you're communicating with understands. When you're in an interview setting, interviewing for a specific type of job, that is okay to use your acronyms because the people that are interviewing you have given you a job description. You know exactly what you need to discuss at the table.
Good
And
point.
if you don't know your acronyms, you could look remiss or not
Stupid.
be a fit for that job. So
What does it say? Like you could look stupid if you don't know what you're talking about in front of your peers. That's one thing. If you want to relay what you're trying to do to everybody else, that's a different subject.
Exactly. So I wanted to clarify that so that people weren't confused that we're not talking about the interview setting right now. We're talking about the network setting. And there are definitely acronyms for every industry, but there are also ways to explain what you do. And it is okay if the person you're talking to isn't IT in your IT. You can still say you're a network administrator that focuses on these three sides of the house and you're looking for these types of companies, and that should be enough to help someone help you network. But what I think would be of greater value to the networking community is and I want to make sure I'm understanding the comment is basically when you are networking, you want to be able to meet and discuss your background with as many people as possible, meaning you need to know your audience, I think is what we're getting to at the end of the day here.
Oh,
Right.
that's a
And you
good
still
one.
want to
Yeah,
be
that's it.
Yeah. Know your audience. You want to be articulate. There's nothing wrong with being articulate and using intelligent language. There's nothing wrong with that, but know your audience.
Yes.
And also know the personality of who you're talking to and try to relate to them, because that affects interviews as well. If you're interviewing with someone that's stoic, you may want to be a little more stoic. If you're interviewing with someone that's a little more lively in their personality, you want to try to get out of your comfort zone a little bit and relate to them.
No, I agree, Dina. That
Definitely.
sounds exactly right. Go ahead,
That's
Foster.
Linda Price. You just described Linda Price's personality.
Yeah, and everybody has
Linda.
their
Linda and I
own
have the same
beautiful.
kind of personality.
Oh yeah, and everyone has their own beautiful, unique personality. We want to celebrate that, right? And I also want to bring something up. I think the elevator pitch is important in the sense that it gives you structure on how to introduce yourself, but it is annoying when you come up and you're like, da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. It's like, whoa.
Snap out of it. Snap out of it. Wait.
It sounds a little too formal.
It does.
I know that we're encouraged to practice it, practice your elevator pitch, but again, know your audience, communicate.
Oh my God, yeah.
Can I do an example? Can I do an example of that?
Yes.
Like, I think it's really, really good. Okay, so
do
not
one.
to do. Okay, so this is my elevator pitch.
You're good at
what
that.
not to do. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that, Foster. Okay, get into my Zen mode. Hello, my name is Mez. I am a biochemical engineer. I have recently transferred from the oil and gas industry from 10 years into the IT project management field and risk management. I am looking for a new opportunity that will explore more opportunities for your company and elevate the effectiveness of your company. Do you want to hear the right way to do it?
Yes.
So that was the wrong way. That was the wrong way to do it.
It was just too formal.
That was
impersonal.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That was the wrong way to do it. That was the demonstration of what not to do.
Break it down.
Okay.
Now here's
And
a
I say that
suggestion.
more times than I.
So, and I would say there's not necessarily a right and wrong way, but here's a suggestion of a more effective way.
Correct.
So go ahead.
Girl. Get there, right.
So that was the wrong way to do it. This is the right way to do it. Hi, my name is Mez. How are you doing today? What are you up to? How is life? Everything else. Okay, small talk. Great. Well, because normally the person will like, well, how are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm in job transition right now. I happen to be a chemical engineer by trade. I have been in the oil and gas industry for about 10 years. Also, I have gotten a lot of certifications in the IT project management, risk management field, looking to connect with XYZ companies and just looking for good relationships, good connections. So
I like
whatever
it.
I can do to
Much
help
better.
with you. Yeah, exactly.
Much
Like
better.
it's more human. Like you can like interject, you can do this, you can do that. Like that is a lot more approachable versus hello, I am in a box. Like
What I got out of that was I need to connect you with project management people.
Exactly.
Okay, I have gotten. I'm not, and now I have transitioned out of oil and gas. I've been in project management. I'm interested in going further into project management, which you have done because, guys, Mez told you a little bit about her background. Mez showed up in my HR group. I'm like, really? But she explained to us why she was excited to be there and what it is that she wants to do, that we were able to figure out who to introduce her to and all that thing.
Yeah.
That's what we're getting at. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, and what I liked about Mez is it was very personal. So I think that's a much more effective way to approach your audience. I've noticed, like, for example, at the most recent Meet the Recruiter event, I think people need to understand if you're a job seeker, first of all, and you're at a career fair, don't overly talk someone's head off. It's not appropriate. There's a line behind you and it just makes you look like a narcissist. Yeah. Sorry to be rude.
I like that.
Yeah. Sorry to be very direct there, but must be direct. Second of all, don't act desperate. Be more genuine. Third of all, that pitch that Mez gave, the improved pitch, was still only about 30 seconds to a minute. Max.
Not even.
And it was perfect. It wasn't too formalized. Don't go rush up on your term and try to sound like a broken record. Be more sincere, approach it. I would recommend approaching it the way Mez did, and then just letting them know, I'd really love to talk with you, but I know right now is not the setting. How can I connect with you outside of this? And that's
Here's
all
my
you
card.
need.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Here's my card. Here's my resume. Here's my picture, so you don't forget what I look like.
Yep.
I know
Look
you're
forward to
busy right
meeting
now.
you.
We'll have a drink. We'll have a coffee later, but don't forget me, basically.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I will let you get back to what you need to get back to. So just be human, because we all are busy, especially recruiters. These
Yeah.
people meet. How many people do you
Oh
think?
my
What
God.
is the most amount of people you, Foster and Dana? How many? The max. A number of people you've met in one day, like brand new people you've never heard of before.
Well, that's a
Probably
matter
Because I
of
don't
what
think.
we're doing. When Dana and I are at the Meet the Recruiter event, we got 200-300 people in there that are wanting to talk. And Dana
Yeah.
is a recruiter for a company right now, and they've got a number of jobs open over there. So
Yeah.
that's going to it's going to vary, and they can, but the number each time.
So
Right.
when I would go to like some of our oncology conferences that were global, it could be
Right.
anywhere
Uh-huh.
between 500 and 700 people a day.
But can you
And then
guys fathom? I'm talking to the audience right now, Dana. Like 500 people. That is literally over a church and a half
Point.
yeah.
of people
Yeah.
No,
that
but
they meet.
but keep in mind, not all of those people were talking to me about jobs, right? I'm at a global conference. It depends on the
Okay.
conference. I meet the recruiter, probably 100 to 200 people realistically, and I try to pair them into groups, give them
In
information,
an hour and a half
send them.
period of time.
Yeah,
That is
And-
ridiculous. People
Yeah.
like put it together. Like, can you imagine in one day, in an hour, meeting that many people and trying to figure out how to do their job? Like, give the recruiters a break. Like, that is ridiculous.
Well, what I do want to do, I want to encourage job seekers not to feel overwhelmed by the fact that there are a lot of people there. You can
Right.
always set yourself apart by taking the approach that Mez exemplified earlier. Also by just being genuine in yourself and very sensitive of your surroundings. Another thing, less is more. One thing I had to improve on in my career is over explaining and over talking. Get to the point, be yourself. Less is more. And one thing that I'm currently and I'm very honored. I absolutely love Beacon. I am our director of talent acquisition. So my role is kind of dual fold. I do want to bring this up. Yes, I am recruiting for our high level corporate roles. And then I'm managing a team and working with them day in and day out on best practices for recruitment for our practices nationwide and some of our corporate roles. We personally have a lot of positions open right now, including in Dallas. So I recommend checking our website out. That's just a little sidebar, but it's okay that there's a lot of people. I remember going to a career fair where I found the first company that I ever recruited for. And there were thousands of people at that career fair. I walked up to the booth and I said, wow, there are a lot of people here. You must be really tired right now. And she was like, yes. And I just was very genuine. I had no recruitment experience, but I was very genuine. Here's my personality. Here's why I'm interested. And here's what my goals are. And that would have been when I was more of a new grad, right? I didn't have the experience I have now. But
you're right out of bushy tails.
But that helped set me apart because I didn't over talk her ear off. I was in a line waiting to speak. So I know how that feels, but don't let that discourage you. Just be cognizant that these people are meeting a lot of people. One other thing that can really help. Mez made a comment earlier. Resume, business card, and picture. I went to a student career fair for PhDs in molecular oncology, basically, and bioinformatics at ASU, Arizona State University. And I've been to a lot of different career programs for different colleges. This one was amazing. And you know why? The student brought their resume, but they also clipped on like a little, it looked like an index card. It had their picture and their credentials and what they were looking for.
There you go.
And it really helped. What's cool is you can
Ah.
create a QR code with that information.
Yes,
So
you can.
you don't have to bring manual papers anymore. You can put all that into a QR code, scan information. There's a way to scan your LinkedIn. You have a LinkedIn profile. Your LinkedIn profile should look good. If you don't know how to do it, reach out to me. I have a business that does so. You can create a QR code to your LinkedIn profile. Boom, there you go. They'll scan it and remember you. So, you know, do a little research, ask some questions. And Foster, we might want to have a little seminar that teaches people how to make sure their LinkedIn profile, their online profile looks good, how to have the QR code ready so that when they go to these events to both network and go to booths and meet companies, they have that ready for them.
Yeah, no,
That's right.
that's a great point because you can do the index cards and the same way you can do business cards. I'm old school. I don't know why I was born in this decade, but
You are kind of old school.
I am old school. Like I have the plain business card in the front, kind of like the realtor business card. And I know there's a lot of back and forth whether you put your face on the business card
Yes, put
as
your
a
face
job
on.
seeker.
Yeah.
But I always have plain paper, so when you flip it around, it's a blank page. And the person that you're giving the business card to offer a pen.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Offer a pen and make sure that it's not waxed over like some bee had a convention and like did all the different samples of beeswax on the back of the thing. So make sure you can write on the back of it so they can note down one,
Yes.
where they met you, two, the date they met you, and three, what you're looking for and why you're even talking to this person to begin with. That is huge. And if you can offer that a pen, do you remember the old school days when we went to like social situations and people had all these like handwritten numbers all over their hands?
Oh yes, I remember that.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
in high
Oh,
school.
yeah.
And
High school, yeah,
hey
exactly.
Joe, what's your number?
all the guys, I'll never forget it. In the dances, they always had pens. Like they all of a sudden became engineers. They had little pens, like right
Yeah, and they're
here.
like, let me give you my number.
Exactly.
We have
So
so much
everybody was
technology today.
catching.
It can make a
Oh, we
lot of
got
things easier than what we're doing now.
Hey y'all, we have the music. We'll see you on the
We'll be
next
back.
half of the
And
show.
when you guys are there, prepare hearing
deals with
music.
the when they have unsold smart fares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820. Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No, no one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now to learn more. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
Hi, right, team. Welcome back to the second half of the Job Father, where we have our wonderful guest, Linda Price. Please remember that we are honored as the Job Father and Job Father Nation to be part of NTX Radio, formerly a Joco Community Radio network. We are part of EMG. So North Texas Radio is a part of EMG. So what's exciting about that, which Tiff announced to us a couple weeks ago, is that we are a radio and podcast collective, bringing together all these voices across North Texas. It's an honor to be a part of this. We're exposed to more people. We can help more people. Keep in mind, we're live 365 on the TuneIn Radio Network. You can go to your app store, download the app, listen to the lineup and more for free, or go to NTX, North Texas Radio.com, to listen to any of the shows, including The Job Father. We're excited to be here today. We had a really good conversation on the first half of the show, just to recap how to better communicate when you're at networking events, how to better communicate when you're at career fairs, so that you can get the most out of them and relate genuinely to individuals. With that, I know Foster will probably have a dad joke for the second half, and then we're excited to jump in and speak with Miss Linda Price. The price is right.
The price. I like that. I didn't even think about that, Linda. But okay,
no, Linda gave it to me. I can't take credit.
Guys, it's a joke.
It's a joke.
That's good.
It's a joke.
I'm just looking funny. I hope she can hear us. It's not messing up on her. So
yeah, I can't hear Linda.
This is out. My buddy Steve, and he got a new job. Oh, I see her. I can't hear nothing.
It's okay. We'll let her work with Tiffany to get it situated.
We'll continue
okay,
to
go ahead, Foster.
I'll give you guys the joke, and then we'll continue our conversation that we had on and on with all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
so
I have
guys,
another question to pose
check
until
this
Tiffany.
Out. We're here in HGB
all right.
as an emergency room doctor, and so
Foster, you're cutting in and out.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out.
I know you got started. Said yeah.
Foster, you're cutting in and out.
I think everybody
didn't hear any of that.
We are really having a day. Can you?
I can hear you now. I can hear Mez clear.
You guys hear me right now?
I can hear
Now
Dana clear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then Tiff is helping our guest. Foster, can you repeat the joke, please? Foster's frozen.
Okay, what about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes,
I can hear you now.
No, you can't, because you're not.
We can hear him, but yeah, we can hear him.
Well, let's do this,
Mez. But we're gonna have to get to the bottom. We will.
Yeah, no problem. Dang. Well, first of all, Mez and Foster, we're really excited just about the conversation on the first half of the show.
Yes.
What are your opinions when going to interview on site?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to presenting yourself, and interviewing professionally. Someone's speaker's on.
Sounds like a sonar. Like we have a U-boat. I repeat, we have a U-boat. I repeat.
Linda, mute yourself. There we go. Linda just needed to mute herself. Okay. So, what is your opinion on when you're going on site to interview? I just want to hear some different opinions, regardless of the company. What are your thoughts on dress code?
Dress code, even if they say it's casual and we have a really casual environment, in my opinion, especially as a woman,
you guys hear me?
That can mean, yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
But we, as women, need to know, one, our body type, what fits us, what flatters us. I can piss off everybody in this room without giving a you know what, because you have to know how to dress yourself. You do. You have to know how to dress yourself. And there is a standard that I go to, Dana, and I think every woman kind of goes to this. How would you meet your future in-laws?
Ooh, that's a good one. Or at church, for that matter.
At church, future in-laws, something of that nature, like a really uncomfortable situation, but they say casual.
Yeah.
The worst case situation is that you're like applying for a pool company. It's like, yeah, bring your bathing suit. That one I can't help you with. I'm sorry about your bad luck. I can't help you with that. I don't have any expertise. However, think about that. So for me, I am a hourglass shape. I know what looks good on me. I want to focus on here. Focus on my eyeballs. My eyes are up here. Women, unfortunately, you can curse me out all you want. We need not to focus on the body. We need to focus on the face.
Yes.
So don't dress in a burqa necessarily, but just be conservative and comfortable, stretchy materials, blazers, something with a structure. You have to know your body and you have to get other people's opinions, whether you like them or not. That
Hello,
is
everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi,
Hey,
Linda.
Linda.
Yes, we can.
Yay!
Hey,
Awesome. Thank you.
Linda.
Good
So
to
sorry
have
about
you,
that.
Linda. Foster, did you want to finish introducing Miss Linda and start the
I'm so sorry.
conversation?
Oh, you're
I
good.
apologize for that. I don't know. I had an issue with the computer. I don't know.
No, it's okay, Linda. Everybody is. I think Foster's still frozen. Linda,
Okay.
we're so honored to have you on the show. The first thing I always like to do when we have a guest is to frame what we're going to discuss. And my thought, Linda just went bye-bye. Okay, well, then in that case, Mez, I'm going to follow up on what you just said, okay?
I know a little bit about Linda if you want me to do that.
No, it's okay. Let's have her
Okay.
introduce when she comes back. Because we can.
It happened again. Sorry.
Okay, there we
There
go,
she
Linda.
is.
So, Linda, when we have guests on the show, it's really important that the first thing we like to do is kind of like your elevator pitch, but a more genuine version of it. So, if you could start out by just kind of framing your background, the types of positions you're looking for, and that would also include industries and titles. Then we'll dig in. Mez and I will help you, and we'll dig into your experience as it relates. Okay?
Sure. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank
Linda,
you.
we're excited.
I am as well. And again, to everyone, I totally apologize for what just happened. But
No worries.
I think I'm good now. So basically, I have had a background in procurement. So that involved me buying as a purchaser. I've been buying materials in terms of like parts, externally, internally. I've been in the industries of aerospace. I've done a little retail, but most of my background started in telecom. And so here, the last few jobs I've had have been in healthcare. And and so basically what I've been doing is I've been working very closely with a lot of the suppliers and vendors here in the Metroplex and abroad, where I've been a commodity manager, managing lots of really important materials. And also I have managed their inventory. I've worked very closely in working on contracts and contract renewals. And I also have been very closely involved in projects. I really enjoy projects. So I'm Greenbelt certified. I've worked on a couple of really big projects in aerospace. Yeah. So I'm Greenbelt certified and I'm in ITEL. And so I am involved in IT. So I bought a lot of IT.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm a very outgoing people person, so I enjoy doing that.
That's awesome. And I know you're, sorry, I'm getting flustered now too. I'm also Green Sigma, like Lean Six Sigma certified.
Yes.
I'm also ITIL. I'm COBIT, not COBIT.
Carbate. I know what you're saying.
COBIT.
Yes.
Linda, what's important? I know in supply chain, I've recruited in the field in
Mm-hmm.
procurement for a long time. Industries sometimes matter. It does matter.
Yeah.
What industries do you have experience with? What industries are you open to?
Honestly, I'm open to anything
Okay.
because I I I have the core skill set where I can basically, because I've been able to move around in various industries,
Okay. Which
being that
industries?
oh, okay, so I started out in telecom and I was in telecom for years. Then from there, I did a little bit of retail, but then that's when I dived into aerospace.
Okay. So
Yeah,
aerospace sounds like that's been a big area for you.
big area. I've worked with a lot of foreign companies, so I did a contract for a while at Bell Helicopter, and I helped implement their SAP program. Where they were switching over their computer systems. So
Mm.
myself and some other contractors came in and got them up and running. And then I also worked for a Sikorsky company called Composite Technology out in Dallas, like it's
I know
Grapevine, Maryland.
them.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yes,
used to.
I
Yeah, I
love
worked there.
them. Okay.
That's a really cool place. And that's when I got involved in Lean Six Sigma. So
Yeah.
we had to go in and make sure that the manufacturing facility was lean, up to lean
Correct.
standards and that thing. So and then I started working with Airbus helicopters. So that was really cool. That's a French
Air,
German company. Mm-hmm.
Airbus, like
Mm-hmm.
AIRBUS.
Yeah, AIRBUS. It used to
Okay.
be called American Eurocopter. Then they changed the name to Airbus helicopter. So I
Not
worked.
familiar with them, but okay.
Oh, oh yeah, they make they're European, so they make the Airbus planes and helicopters. It's very popular over in the European country.
Awesome. That's great.
Hmm.
So, are you located in the DFW area?
I am. I am.
Good.
I'm in the
Okay.
HEB area. Yeah, I'm in the HEB, Hurst Bedford area.
Okay, great. Are
Yeah.
you trying to stay here? Are you mobile? Are you looking for a remote position? What are you, what is your pipe dream? Like, what do you want
Oh,
to
yeah.
have?
Pipe
That's a good
dream.
point.
Well, honestly, I'm in a position now because my son is grown. So I primarily can just go anywhere and do
That
whatever.
is
I'm single.
huge.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go. That is huge, people. And Linda, I would like to use you as my exhibit A on this one. Location is huge for a lot of companies, especially
Hmm.
nowadays. And they want to get, most companies want to get back into the whole office thing. They've spent all
Yeah.
this money on leases and everything. So that is huge, Linda. So
Yeah,
just
love it.
just putting that out there, like, yes, I am mobile. Like my kids
Yeah.
are
Hmm.
grown.
Yep.
I have no ties here necessarily. I mean, you may have family, whatever, but you know what? I'm perfectly willing to move. That is
Hmm.
huge. And that is a big selling point.
Oh,
And
yeah.
don't undervalue that. One, you are international as well.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
another huge selling point that Dana, correct me if I'm wrong, that needs to be expressed in
Yes.
your resume,
Hmm.
everybody in your interview, be like, hey, yeah, I'm mobile. Yeah, I love this, this area. I love this
Agreed.
industry. And
Hmm.
it sounds like you are very direct, which I love as well.
Hmm.
You are focused on the defense industry, which is
Yes.
booming right now.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
Defense.
yeah, it is for sure. It's a good
definitely
industry to be
booming
in. Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now.
And
So
then
do you have
also in
clearance? Do you have any security
I
clearance or
no, I don't have security clearance.
okay?
And that's not
Yeah.
always required,
No, it's not.
obviously,
That's not a
because
Yeah.
bad. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, the
yeah.
position that I held did not require me to have that, but I did work with a lot of security type of materials that
Oh, yes.
were that had to be approved and go through the steps. But yeah, yeah, I did do that. And like I mentioned before, most recently got involved in healthcare. So I worked at UT Southwestern Medical Center. I just worked a contract position for almost 2 years at Alcon.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
Okay.
medical
wow.
device, yeah, I've been around, I
Well,
can tell.
Alcon is pharma and the medical device, but also
Yeah,
eye. I mean, their eyes. Alcon is heavily focused in optical.
yes.
Absolutely, yes. And then you have Abbott. Have you talked to Abbott at all or no?
Yeah, I've spoken with them. They don't have anything open at this time, but yeah, I'm very familiar with Abbott and Stryker. Stryker's been one of my
Okay.
go-tos, but they don't have anything available right now.
Nice. Well, are you looking for more of a director manager role? Are you looking to do boots on the ground? I mean, no, you have the rainbow, and unfortunately, I mean, it's good and a bad thing because you can do certain roles. Do you want to do certain roles? Like, what role are you, like Dana mentioned before, like, what role title do you want?
Well, I really enjoy having my own commodity to manage because I like to manage from start to finish. More, and
Absolutely.
it sounds more like in line with project management, but I'm not a project manager, but I have
Those skills.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Well,
do you manage teams? Like,
Yes, I
how
have
large is
managed
the team?
not large teams.
Okay, so like 10 to 15 people or less than that?
About 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Linda, I would like to ask you this because it sounds like you have a really good mix of both hard and soft skills, meaning hard skills, the direct skills that relate to being able to do the job. Soft skills are all of the things like how you lead, your communication, your professionalism, your written ability, all of those types of things, the things that, quote unquote, generate impressions with your teams. What would you say would set you apart from other candidates in the market if a company were to hire you?
For me, what has been my greatest asset, I believe, for myself, is my ability to be very broad and working with different people. I'm such a people person that I love dealing with like the management people. I like to
The
see.
nitty gritty.
Yeah, I like to get.
the
I
nitty
like to
gritty.
get in the nitty gritty. I
Love
do.
it.
I do.
Like
I
me and
enjoy
you,
that.
Dana, can like go for like wine night or something. Like that
Yeah.
sounds like you feel
Yeah.
like my kind of people to just go
Mhm.
vibe with. We can do
Yeah.
whatever, but yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds great.
I love that.
Well, so Linda, so you like to get in the nitty gritty. Talk to us a little bit. What is your style of leadership when you're managing and leading teams?
See, because I feel that when you work with various types of people and various personalities, you have to take in consideration a lot of these individuals that you're working with, they have a lot of experience in what they're doing. Okay. So when you come in, you have to be respectful and learn, okay, don't come in with the mindset, I'm going to come here and I'm going to change everything today and you're going to do things my way. It does not work that way.
Yeah.
No, people don't appreciate that and don't like that. So you need to sit down and figure out, okay, so what have you been working on? What's been working for you? What is your opinion? What is your feedback on how you think that maybe we can streamline this? Just get their ideas. People want to be involved in what changes might be coming down the pipeline. They want their opinion because that's something they've been working on for maybe years. So
Absolutely.
so I feel like you need to, as mentioned earlier, you need to adapt and tap into different personalities, and you need to learn how to speak to this.
I love it.
You know what I mean? You have to speak to this certain person in a certain way. And then I'm jovial, but I can maybe joke around with this particular person and still, get the same effect. But this other person may be more introverted. So you have to respect an introverted person and approach them differently. Everybody has to be,
Exactly.
You have to know your audience. You know what I mean? So.
Right. And I love that, Linda. Could you describe real quick, because since we're in this rabbit hole, what is your ideal tech team?
My ideal tech team? So, yeah. So I'll give you an example. So when I was working on one of the Greenbelt projects, so you want someone who has an expertise, maybe, let me see. So on a developmental project.
I know, I'm so sorry, Linda. I just literally threw you under the bus. Like I didn't.
Did you?
I didn't mean
No,
to.
I didn't feel like you
good.
did,
no,
Liz.
Okay. I'm like, I
no,
feel bad. I'm like, did I ask the wrong? Okay.
No,
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 you
let
didn't.
Liz, yeah, no, let Linda share because it's fine. You're good. Sorry, Linda, go
Okay.
ahead.
No, you're
Sorry.
fine. So no, if you for results driven, for driven results, you want to get someone who has an expertise maybe in a certain category. Okay. So say for example, you are someone who's good in visual. So you want to take somebody from that department, someone from marketing, someone in development, and someone from IT, just various departments. So that's what we did on our project. And so you need to get everyone's um, background and how can we this problem we have to solve, how can we problem solve it?
Mm.
And I'm hoping I'm answering this question correctly. I didn't know
I,
if you wanted a broad or like
oh,
interdepartmental.
I can go from this squirrel to that squirrel. So I have a
Yeah.
purple, a green, a
Yeah.
off maroon
Yeah.
squirrel. We have a brown squirrel somewhere mixed in there.
Hmm.
I was thinking, okay, the ideal project team size and
Oh,
what
okay.
those roles would be.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
So,
sorry. I mean,
Mhm. No, you're fine. So, in procurement, I'll give you an example in my experience. So, say for example, we had a situation where we had some skids that were coming in with mold. Okay,
mhm.
and this was a problem. And so, if you get all these skids that come in, that means you can't get materials out. So what we did was we created a team where we took someone from shipping and receiving,
Right.
quality,
Mhm.
Mhm.
procurement. We got the supplier involved,
Good.
and basically, you know, brainstorm to figure out what is the root cause of the problem,
Mm.
suggestions on maybe how we can get this problem solved, what do you need in terms of materials or maybe some other uh, someone else from the industry that could come in and help. We just had to figure this whole thing out. So that's just a one example of many of problems
No,
you run into in
I get it.
procurement.
No, yeah,
Mhm.
no, I completely agree. It's like, okay, was it contaminated? Where and when?
Exactly.
And can we salvage what we have to
Exactly.
deliver the product? And then, okay, do I have the right people in place to make sure that one, international doesn't get on my butt and my
Yes.
company's butt for this quote unquote contamination, and then yeah, streamline making sure that doesn't happen again. No, that it sounds perfect. It really
Hmm.
does. Okay, no, you're not like throwing random money at it either. Sorry, I had a
Mm-mm.
mosquito bite me.
No, it's okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's the reach. No, I mean, if there's like an
Funny.
Arctic mosquito in wherever, it's gonna bite me.
So, Linda, when you're thinking about when you're thinking about where you are interviewing and the types of roles you're applying to, what are you targeting right now? Just to let our leaders know that are listening.
Oh, okay. So to be honest with you, I'm targeting the industries that I have been working in. So that being aerospace, medical,
Healthcare.
healthcare. I've been targeting primarily just those two.
Okay.
I have recently been interviewing with a company that's involved in food, but it's FDA. So I'm familiar with some of the FDA criteria. So, that as well. But to be perfectly honest with you, like I said, I'm pretty open and I'm always down for a challenge. I like to learn, about different industries and how they work and maybe bring some of my experience in and, maybe help with that. But
I would love
In
to
my-
hire you. You'd be so much fun to work with.
I know.
You'd
Well,
be so much fun.
Linda, one thing I appreciated that you said earlier was
Mm-hmm.
that when you're relating to people in the office, you know, you're, you are able to appreciate and align with different personality styles. The
Mhm.
reality of corporate America is it's people from all different areas, backgrounds, thoughts,
Yes,
we're all raised differently. We're all,
that's
different
right.
things. However, we've got to find a way to come together and communicate
We do.
and work well together. And it takes a certain maturity and emotional intelligence to do that. And I love that you have that, Linda. That's important.
Thank you.
Well, guys, we're at the end of the show, but
Yeah.
we're excited to be here. And we love you, Linda. Thank you so
Linda, thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you.
You've been
Thank
such
you
a
for having
pleasure.
me. Hire Linda. Have a great weekend, everybody. Mez, thank you for
Thank
your
you.
time today. Bye.
Have a great
Absolutely.
Bye. Thank you.
Walk in my shoes and take your time. Go on and feel my pain.